This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Monday, the 16th day of March in the year 2020. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here is what we're tracking tonight. The Guyana Elections Commission this afternoon said it has completed all the arrangements for the commencement of the national recount exercise, as agreed to by President David Granger and opposition leader Barbados. However, the Guyana Elections Commission said it wants to see a signed agreement between the two leaders and CARICOM in place before the exercise could be operationalized. The agreement between President Granger and opposition leader Barbados was reached over the weekend, but the Elections Commission only found out about it when the CARICOM chairperson issued a press statement. That resulted in several meetings yesterday with the CARICOM high-level team that will overlook the recount. Meetings were also held with the GCOM commissioners and terms of reference were worked out after President David Granger made it clear that CARICOM's role must operate within the framework of the laws of Guyana.
I propose that the CARICOM initiative should operate within the legal framework of the Constitution of Guyana and respect the role of the Elections Commission and the rulings of the Supreme Court. It will not act independently.
This afternoon, the container with the ballot boxes were transferred to the counting site at the Arthur Convention Center at Liliendal. From early this morning, commissioners and party reps and other officials were in place for the recount.
We took a decision collectively, if not explicitly stated. The tacit understanding of everyone is that this process must commence in the shortest possible time. My understanding or my hope was that it would have started early this morning. We are now at 10 to 1, even taking into consideration the tasks that had to be completed this morning.
Initially, they had hammered out an agreement. We were exposed to the terms of reference this morning as to how they're going to get everything done, and only to find out that they were supposed to come here and sanitize the place. They've sanitized the place. They've gone through what they needed to, and then we heard that they wanted to spray the place for COVID-19. I don't know what kind of insanity is that, because as far as I know, this place has been fairly closed for a while. So I don't know how you're going to get in there and say now that you're going to sanitize for COVID-19 when the building was not used. So it's all delay tactics. At this point, we were anticipating a 4 o'clock start. Obviously, GCOM did not get a hold of us because we are expecting that they're going to provide last-minute notification to us and then have everyone hurry up to get here.
The Guyana Elections Commission has made it clear that it is resolute in ensuring that the process is conducted to the satisfaction of all stakeholders so that the electoral process could be concluded within the shortest possible time. The recount will begin with the Region 4 ballots. There were 879 polling stations in Region 4. That means ballots from 879 ballot boxes will have to be counted before they move on to the other 9 regions. The Commonwealth and the Organization of American States have all welcomed the move by CARICOM to be part of the recount process, which was initiated by President David Granger. Both bodies, which had observer groups in Guyana for the elections, have indicated the importance of Guyana getting everything right with the elections. More news coming up in a moment.
There are several measures you can adopt to protect yourself and others from getting the new coronavirus. Frequently clean your hands by using an alcohol-based hand rub product like a gel, or wash your hands with soap and water. When coughing and sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with flexed elbow like this, or use a tissue. If you use a tissue, discard it immediately into a closed bin. Avoid close contact with anyone that has fever and cough. And if you have fever, cough, and difficulty breathing, seek medical care early and share information about any recent travels with your healthcare provider. If you just have mild respiratory symptoms and no specific travel history, carefully follow the precautions I just explained and make sure you stay home until recovery. If you need more information on how to protect yourself from the new coronavirus, check the WHO website at who.int.
GBTI is your Guyanese bank, a bank that understands every customer's unique needs, opportunities, challenges, and financial concerns. At GBTI, we see you for you. Whether you're buying a new home or car, planning your next vacation or retirement, saving for your child's future, or whether you're ready to take that bold step of investing in your dream business idea, we are with you every step of the way. We hear your stories and watch you focus on your dreams as we share your aspirations. We are more than just banking. We are a family. We are part of your community. Our commitment extends way beyond the walls of our branches and is demonstrated every day in the opportunities we provide to our individual and business customers. The support, time, and commitment we give back to communities across Guyana to help improve the lives of our Guyanese families. Because we see Guyana through your eyes.
Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, Super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Tired of long lines? Register with MyGTT at mygtt.co.gy. That's mygtt.co.gy to view and pay your bills from anywhere. Enter to win an Amazon gift card worth $25 or a bounty voucher worth 5,000 Guyana dollars when you sign up today. GTT, do more.
Welcome back. With schools closed for 2 weeks because of fears related to the coronavirus, the Ministry of Education has announced that the previously announced dates of April 8 and 9 for the National Grade 6 assessment exams are no longer valid. The ministry said the decision to reschedule the exams came after careful thought about the administration of the exams, and the new dates will be announced soon. Parents are being encouraged to do practice tests with their children at home. Practice test papers are available on the Education Ministry's website. Additionally, the Guyana Learning Channel, Channel 42, Cable 29, will carry special programs to cater for all school-aged children, from nursery to secondary, during their time away from school. Nursery programs will be broadcast from 6 o'clock in the morning until 9 in the morning. Primary programs will run from 9 a.m. to 12 noon, documentaries from 12 noon to 1 in the afternoon, and programs for secondary school students from 1 in the afternoon until 3. Radio broadcasts will also continue on the Voice of Guyana daily for grades 1 to 3 on stations all across the country. While children are away from school, all schools will be sanitized, and the Ministry of Education buildings will also be sanitized to protect teachers, children, and educators against the coronavirus. Well, 4 days after the daughter of the woman who died from the coronavirus traveled to Guyana on a Caribbean Airlines flight from New York, health officials in Guyana are trying to track down the other passengers who came in on that flight. In an emergency notice today, the Ministry of Public Health issued an urgent call for all passengers who traveled on Caribbean Airlines flight BW727 on the 12th of March to make urgent contact with the Ministry of Public Health by calling 624-6674. Since the daughter traveled to Guyana, she and 2 other members of the family have tested positive for the coronavirus. News source understands that Caribbean Airlines allowed the daughter to travel from New York, although concerns were expressed to the airline by local authorities. When the daughter arrived in Guyana, she did not show any symptoms, and she was ordered to self-quarantine. She has since tested positive for the coronavirus. Her mother reportedly stayed with her in New York, in Queens. The mother arrived in Guyana on the 7th of March aboard a Caribbean Airlines flight also. She died on the 11th of March in the emergency room at the Georgetown Hospital. Caribbean Airlines was forced to quarantine the 13 crew members who worked the 2 flights that the mother traveled on from New York to Guyana via Trinidad and Tobago. Despite 4 members of the family, including the mother who passed testing positive for the coronavirus, persons in the Good Hope community on the east coast of Demerara have been visiting the home to share their sympathy, and that has the authorities very worried. There are also reports that days before the test and the 3 members returned a positive result, at least 2 of them were out shopping at the market in the Monrepo area, raising even more concern about the exposure of the coronavirus to other persons. The Ministry of Public Health believes that there might have been scores of other persons exposed to the virus. Well, with almost 4,000 cases of the coronavirus across 49 of the 50 states in the U.S., American Airlines has announced the suspension of its service to several destinations, including Guyana. In a statement last evening, American Airlines announced that with effect from today and continuing until the 6th of May, it will be suspending its service to Guyana from both Miami and New York. The already scheduled flights for today were operated as scheduled, but the suspension takes full effect after those flights. American Airlines operates daily flights to Guyana from New York and Miami. The airline will be waiving all change of date fees for those passengers already booked in its service. Other affected countries in South America include Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, and Peru. American airline flights to parts of Europe will also be suspended in some instances, while seasonal flights will face delays in operation. The airline said some short-haul flights to the Caribbean, Canada, Mexico, and parts of Central America will continue. American Airlines also announced the reduction of flights to several cities across the U.S. Guyana has recorded 4 cases of the coronavirus. All 4 of those cases are linked to the same family. While the government has moved to make changes to the working system in the public service out of precaution to guard against the coronavirus. In a memo to all permanent secretaries, heads of departments, and regional executive officers, the public secretary for the Department of Public Service announced that with effect from today until the 27th of March, a rotation system will be put in place for all public servants. While managerial staff and heads of units will have to report to work daily, all other staff members will be placed on a rotation system via a roster and will be expected to be at work on alternate days. The memo said on those days when staff members are not in office, they will be expected to be on call and prepared to work on short notice as the need arises. Staff members in the public service with flu-like symptoms are being encouraged to call the coronavirus hotline and not go to the hospitals. The numbers for that hotline are 227-4986 and 624-3067. Those who may be placed in mandatory quarantine for 14 days will have to receive clearance from a medical practitioner before reporting back for duty. The memo is also encouraging the regular sanitization of all departments. The private sector grouping, the American Chamber of Commerce in Guyana, has issued a call on members of the private sector to support the national efforts to fight the coronavirus. In a statement this morning, AmCham Guyana suggested that businesses could offer alternative work-from-home arrangements and engage in more sanitation exercises at their locations to ensure employees are working in a safe atmosphere. The organization also called on telephone companies to help make quarantine more comfortable for patients by reducing the cost for data and phone charges for them. AmCham Guyana said it is concerned also about the coronavirus cases in Guyana and the consequences those cases could have. It is encouraging citizens to take all the necessary precautions and follow the advice of the health authorities. It is encouraging citizens to take all the necessary precautions and follow the advice of the health authorities. Private sector companies have not announced any specific arrangements to guard against the coronavirus. Guyana has recorded 4 cases of the virus so far. And as we continue to track reaction to the coronavirus locally, let's tell you now that the U.S. Embassy here in Guyana has announced that it is suspending all routine visa services in order to comply with the government of Guyana's guidance to prevent the spread of coronavirus. The embassy said it will resume routine visa services as soon as possible, but right now it is unable to provide a specific date. To reduce the spread of the COVID-19 coronavirus, many areas throughout the world are now taking action to limit traveler mobility, including quarantines, flight cancellations, and border restriction, the embassy said. The notice also said the embassy remains open and is prioritizing urgent services to American citizens. It noted that they will continue to accept limited numbers of emergency appointments for visas. All non-immigrant visa appointments at the U.S. Embassy have been suspended. There is no fee to change an appointment, and visa application fees are valid for 1 year in the country where the fee was paid. For questions about rescheduling a pending consular appointment, the embassy is asking you to contact them through their website, or you can call 1-877-246-6788. Immigrant visa appointments for March will be delayed according to the embassy, and this is to allow them to spread out appointments and reduce the number of persons entering the consular section. Across the Region is coming up next.
Medical masks like this one cannot protect against the new coronavirus when used alone. When you wear them, you must combine with hand hygiene and other preventive measures. WHO only recommends the use of masks in specific cases. If you have cough, fever, and difficulty breathing, you should wear a mask and seek medical care. If you do not have these symptoms, you do not have to wear masks, because there is no evidence that they protect people who are not sick. However, if you are healthy, but you are taking care of a person who may be infected with the new coronavirus, then you should wear a mask whenever you are in the same room with that person. And remember, if you choose to wear a mask, use it and discard it properly, and clean your hands with alcohol hand rub or soap and water. For more information on mask use, other preventive measures, and the new coronavirus, check WHO website at who.int. Thank you.
They've made a positive impact on the heavy-duty transportation industry in Guyana since they've arrived. Guyanese are amazed at their power, durability, efficiency, and superior handling capabilities. These are brand new trucks, manufactured in partnership with German, Italian, and French companies. They have a powerful reputation for operating under very adverse Guyanese conditions and come with full after-sales service and spare parts. They're the most sought-after trucks today, with over 500 units in Guyana, and they're available in over 100 countries, including South America and the Caribbean. Be smart. Buy brand new ST Howo trucks today. Call 608-4998 and arrange for an inspection at ST Truck Guyana Incorporated, Block B, Public Road, Covenant, East Bank, Demerara.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Falls, a trademark of China's Zhanghao Incorporated, located at Land of Cane in East Bank, Demerara, was incorporated in April of 2013, with over $10 billion Guyana dollars invested in a state-of-the-art 100,000 barrel fuel storage facility, a modern service station, an office complex, and a modern wharf that can berth international vessels. Having no association with any other fuel company, Falls imports its own fuel, which meets quality specifications, has all the legal permits, and is in compliance with international requirements. Its bulk facility can load 8 trucks simultaneously at a rate of 1,000 liters per minute, while the service station can service 12 cars at a time using computerized fuel pumps, which can facilitate the use of ATM cards. Through its professional team of mostly Guyanese, Falls wholesales and retails fuels to the public, including farmers and miners, and will continue to positively contribute to Guyana by providing quality products, service, and attractive prices. Try Falls today for all your fuel needs.
Across the region right now, Barbados has implemented a 24-hour screening at the country's air and seaports as it ramps up surveillance for the coronavirus. To date, Barbados has no case of the coronavirus. Explaining the reason for the enhanced surveillance, the health minister in Barbados said up to a few weeks ago, only a few countries were impacted by the coronavirus. He said now that a number of countries have expanded as a result of the spread of the virus, Barbados must respond in kind. The minister also explained the country's decision not to close its borders. He said that decision not to close the borders was taken because on a recommendation from the Ministry of Health. He said this is based on the fact that the World Health Organization clearly states that restricting travel and trade, even during the pandemic, especially during a pandemic, is really not the best thing to do. Meanwhile, over in Trinidad and Tobago, the government of Trinidad and Tobago today announced that with 4 cases of the coronavirus confirmed in that country, Trinidad and Tobago will disconnect from the international community for the next 14 days. During a press briefing after a special cabinet meeting today, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, made the announcement, and he said with the exception of nationals of Trinidad and Tobago and other key personnel, people will be discouraged from going to Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Rowley acknowledged that the decision would have far-reaching consequences for the national airline, Caribbean Airlines, but he maintained it was a necessary decision. He said the preservation of health and life in Trinidad and Tobago was priority number 1 for his government. He's also announced the early closure of schools for the term, and bars will be expected to close their doors early also. And finally tonight, international news. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo has ordered sweeping restrictions in public life to take effect in the state amid the coronavirus pandemic. Restaurants, theaters, and casinos will close from 8 p.m., and non-essential shops are being urged to do the same. New York and 2 neighboring states, Connecticut and New Jersey, will also ban gatherings of more than 50 people. The U.S. has confirmed 69 deaths linked to the coronavirus, with 3,813 infections. 5 other states, Ohio, California, Illinois, Massachusetts, and Washington, will also shut bars and restaurants. Governor Cuomo urged the federal government to deploy national resources to increase building medical capacity, which he said the state could not do on its own. The state of New York has the highest number of COVID-19 infections across the U.S. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting.